Hello. Uh, God, I had to check the time. That's terrible, isn't it? Good afternoon. Salutations. Um, don't know why I'm doing it. Other than just feeling like I feel like I just want to have a bit of a natter. That's all. I know. I do this because I just want to I don't know, waffle about nothing in particular. About half an hour ago, the news broke that the Duke of Edinburgh has passed away. So it's a bit of a monumental piece of news for today. I had my jab yesterday, and other than feeling like my arm's about to fall off, it feels really painful. My arm really is very sore, but other than that, I'm okay, I think. I suppose I'm a bit body achy everywhere. I've been out suffering back pain before that, so the back pain is still with me, but no, just with the. Can I just say, as an ambidextrous person, well, moderately ambidextrous, I do certain things with my left hand. I have about a sort of 30 to 70 ratio, I think, where like I actually write with my left hand and do things like, I use a knife and I cut with scissors and I hold my cup when I'm drinking. Like, there are things I do with my left hand, but the majority of stuff other than that, I think really I do with my right hand. So like if I learned to play instruments and stuff, like if I played bass guitar, I would play right-handed. I throw with my right hand. I kind of do a weird thing where I can catch with either my right or left hand. I'm probably slightly better at catching with my left. I don't know. Kick with my left leg. I'm all over the place. So yesterday with the which arm do you want to like have the injection done in, because they ask you which arm do you want, I was like, well, I don't know. The things I do with my left arm are kind of more intricate sort of things. So, like, I thought, well, I better go right, because if if my left arm hurts, then I'm gonna be kind of, I don't know. I just thought maybe my left arm would actually ache more if I had it in my left arm. So I went for the right, but it's really hurting because, like I say, a lot of the other stuff that I do, I use my right arm. And oh my god, trying to sleep last night because I have this thing that goes on with my left arm all the time. It just doesn't stop. You might hear some work. I thought they were going to finish for a while, but the neighbours across the road, they're doing something with their steps, and they're like kind of whatever. They're just trying to do something with their steps. I don't know what they're doing. So they're using like an angle grinder thing all the time. It's annoying. So yeah, what was I gonna say? What was I saying? Oh my god, brain fog. There you go. There's one thing. Of the left and the right thing, and where was I going with that? Last night, and then my left arm does this thing where it just gets pins and needles and locks, and it's at the elbow, and it gets to a point where it's just I can't moving it in any position just doesn't take away that numbness and pins and needles thing that goes on. But mercifully, that wasn't happening much last night. But I knew I would need to, because to try and stop that from happening when it does happen, I need to sleep on my left side. So I thought probably that's why I went for the right arm, because I thought, oh, you know, I've already have trouble with my left arm. I don't want to exacerbate that. If I'd had the thing in there, oh my god, oh, I never slept last night. I mean, I didn't sleep that well at all, but you know, it was then kind of like aches in both arms, which was fun. But you know, I just had to kind of, when it was most painful, try and sleep on my back and sleep in a way which meant I kind of had this arm hanging out and this one just kind of like, oh, just moving it like that, doing that. That's the most painful thing, is just to like shrug with it. Fucking kills. Ow, god, it's so, it's really sore. But other than that, and maybe a bit headachy from that, but I'm just trying to keep my fluids up, even though, yeah, as a woman of a certain age, and you're drinking and you're trying to make sure you drink ample amounts of water, you just piss it straight. Drink plenty of fluid, yeah, so you can just piss it straight back out again. I don't get what the thing is, but you know, I do get, if I don't keep myself well hydrated at certain points, I do get like a kind of dehydration headache, which doesn't really happen that often, but I think at the moment, just because of it, I'm conscious of keeping up the fluids. I did take some paracetamol, so maybe that helped. I don't know. I had a different one. I had the Moderna one, and the other half was freaking out because she had the AstraZeneca, the Oxford one, and she keeps on reading them up about the thrombosis thing, and she keeps on freaking out that she's going to end up with a blood clot, and I'm like, just don't. Like, it's such a like super low minimal risk. Like, just stop wishing it upon yourself. It was really weird going into the hydro for what was not a gig. Oh, and I'd never been into that multi-story car park before, so I'm like, where the hell do I go? Where do I go? Because it was going, oh, there's a footbridge. There's a footbridge. It will take you over to the hydro. And I'm going, where's the footbridge? It wasn't obvious to me. I was going, the footbridge is on the, and then I was going, the footbridge is on the second level. And then I got up to the second level and I'm going, right, well, where's the hell is this footbridge? I finally found it. Oh, God. It was. Today is beautiful. Today is a bloody lovely day. And what day is it? Friday. Wednesday was a really lovely day. Just yesterday was the horrible, grey, windy, and dreek day. The day that I had to like go and get my jab was the day that it was. And not just for me, and the other half as well, because we'd got a car just for a couple of hours, just for the time it would take for me to go and get my jab. And so she had to walk up to the Westercommon flats and get, and it was at its crappiest as she left, like as soon as she left the house, you know, super fucking rain. Come back drenched. And then it was fine. It was okay. And even as I oh my god, I can't do the city. Freaking hell. I can do the city by public transport is a dream. The city by car is like, what the hell? Oh my god. We crossed the Clyde about, I don't know, felt like about 17 times. Oh, Jesus. I can't get my bearings for that yet. And just because I'm looking at the map, and it seems like it's telling me to go like straight ahead. But what it was telling me, though you can't see it because you're not looking, you can't see the sort of the terrain and like so. It's telling me to take a right turn, and then but then we're going over the bridge and going over the Clyde, and I'm going, well, there's no right turn now, can't turn. But it was actually telling me to go down slip roads, and then the stuff was going underneath, happening underneath. Oh, so when we first got in, we crossed the Clyde and ended up on the south side, and then had to do the U-turn bit. So you're like going all the way along like through Tradeston and then coming up really. Oh freaking hell! There's this one bit of. There's this one like bit of like when you're on the other side and you're in Tradeston and we just went round that block about 4 times because I thought it was telling me when I was reading when I was reading the map, I thought it was telling me to go round that bit and not go back over. Oh friggin' hell. And what is initially was plenty of time. We set out in plenty of time. I had my appointment for 4:10. And what was initially, like when we got into the city, like, just before we got to the Clyde, I mean, we went down. This is the thing. We were right there. We were we were right at the bit where we needed to be, and then I just kind of like went the wrong way at some point. I don't know, but we were on the road of Finiston. And we were right there. We were at the point where we needed to be, and I don't know how I fucked it up, but I fucked it up, and we ended up on the freaking other side. So we ended up being at the SEC and like the bit and where the vaccination was happening at the Louisa Jordan bit and not. And now I'm going, but the hydro is even there and free. And I'm looking at the time going, it's like 5 to 4. I'm looking, just going, I'm not going to freaking make it. Like, oh, freaking out. Just, yeah. I can't do the city by car yet. Oh, man. Yeah, I wasn't really looking forward to going there. I don't get why, like, mine was going on there. The other half I just went to Balmullet Community Centre. It was easier to get to. Well, the neighbour across the road took her for hers. But that's just up the road, like, just, going towards Rob Royston. Like, yeah, so, god damn it. It would have been much easier for me to get to instead of having to try to negate the city. Oh, friggin' hell. It was fun. But the good point was, I actually did at least get to see the Clyde for the first time in I don't know how long. Ages, months, months and months. And yeah, it was kind of nice to be at the hydro, but weird to be in there for what it is. Nice to see the Cran, but it was a great old day. And the other half got absolutely pissed upon again, taking the car back. Even worse so. Oh, Jesus, it was really chucking it down. So she looked like Drowned Rat Part 2 by the time she got home. I suppose we should just get a car. Really? But I don't have a license. And I would like to drive, but I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't be able to do that bit of the city. God, I'd just be freaking out. And she doesn't want to drive. So I think it would be a bit kind of pointless for us to have a car, really. I need to have it as and when we need. So it's better than just hire, I think. What have I got to talk about? Oh, I was really, I don't know, I've been going through being sort of bouts of not being great. So the other day I kind of just made a complete ass of myself, as I usually do. I don't know. I don't want to go into a lot of detail because, you know, I don't know. And it's not like it's private, you know, but it is private, but like, oh, it was so lovely. Like, I'm just gonna say, like, I have been chatting to Malcolm Garrett, which is just really freaking crazy and amazing. But yeah, like just the way it came about, and then I just did like stupid things like I always do. But yeah, but it all kind of sorted itself out, and he's lovely. And I'm just an idiot. So that's been really nice. And I posted off some things. I did my thing that I was doing, did a giveaway that I hadn't done for a long while. So I posted off a couple of prints, which is nice, and I got, yeah, I have to listen to that. I got the thing in the mail the other day. I got the Brian Ferry Albert Hall 2020 live thing, which I haven't listened to yet. What else? I sent some other stuff off as well. Oh, and I got a really lovely signed, personalized thing from Catherine, which is really, really lovely. So lovely. People are being lovely, and I'm just being just an idiot. Don't know. I'm being kind of not great that way, but I just kind of, you know, I'm my own worst enemy with things like that. And just, I don't want to. I feel like I'm being a pest with people, you know, like when I just. Don't know. I'm sure it's all maybe kind of. I worry if it is like autism spectrum stuff that happens that I just, you know. Oh, this thing just feel terrible. Feel terrible about it. I can't. I'm gonna talk about it, even though I'm not gonna go into too much of the intricacies of it. Right. So, like, there's this Pathfinders thing. I linked to it on the blog yesterday, last night, because I really, really want to listen to this. The bits of it that I heard sound really, really good. I'm intrigued and interested by it. So, I have been, not for very long, because I didn't even know he was on there. I had been following Malcolm Garrett on Instagram, and he posted the thing about there being another run of this Pathfinders cassette, and I left a comment going, "Oh, I really want to hear this," and then to my amazement, he replied and said, "Well, yeah, well, DM me, and if you want to know when the thing is gonna be available, just DM me and I'll let you know," kind of thing. Which I was like, wow, that's quite nice. So I messaged him going, thanks, this will be really great, and yeah. And then it just kind of went on from there. And then we had email contact, and it was lovely. And then I somehow, and I don't even know how, I lost the emails and they disappeared. And then I don't know, I just got myself into such a tease and such a worry, and I thought I had kind of just, I don't know, said something wrong or did something wrong. And I do this thing all the time where I think like, oh, I'm just, people would just probably see me as like just too ridiculous and extreme, and and I feel like I am just get over enthusiastic, and then I feel I get too over enthusiastic, and then I feel like I'm pestering, and then I worry then that people think I'm freaky and don't want anything to do with me. And then I think, oh god, I've like really fucked this up, and so that's what was going on. I was going like, oh, this seemed like it was really lovely. Like there was I don't know, like I just it was just really lovely, and then kind of I don't know, I just this stuff always means like so much, like too much almost, you know. And then I was just tying myself up with this kind of thing of like, oh god, like just yeah. So I'm tying myself up in knots going, I don't want to contact him again. I don't want to contact him again, because if I contact him again, it'll just see. I just feel like I'll just seem like the freakiest, freakazoid idiot. Like, just, I'll just wait. But then I was so tied up about it and so kind of freaked out. It was just eating away at me. I can't even describe it. I was just sort of going, oh, I've done something like, and I can't not get this out of my head, and I just have to like, I have to just send off one more email to just go, right, okay, I lost all these other emails, and I'm freaking out because I'm a crazy idiot, and you probably think I'm a crazy idiot, and that's probably what's going on here. And you know, um, but I was just being a crazy idiot. And like someone like gives you kind of an opportunity like that sort of thing. I don't know. I just like I'm I'm reticent to talk about it, but I just I tied myself up in knots for something that, you know, I kind of didn't need to, sort of thing. I don't know. But it's all good. It's all good. And I'm a silly idiot anyway. So just, I don't know, inept and silly, and yeah. So I have a cassette on the way now, and I'm really, really hoping that I'm gonna get number one of the 53. I probably won't. I mean, God, with the book, I ended up with some weird number that I was hoping I was gonna have some like sequential number or something of significance or something, and I ended up with whatever it was. I can't even read it, 987 or something. Some just completely randomized number that I saw another one for sale, you know. I saw someone selling an unopened, like the special edition of the book, and I contemplated getting it just to see if I would end up with a different number. Well, I would end up with a different number, but something that was a bit more sequential and better. But then I just went, you know, this. They were asking that 85 quid, and I just went, it's 85 quid for just another kind of, just, it's frivolous to just, you know, I've got my number and that's it, and have to be happy with that. else? The record store day stuff was announced. Was it yesterday? Was it yesterday? No, was it? Or was it the day before? Can't remember now. I think it might have actually been Wednesday afternoon, I think. I had a look and I was looking going, oh, I wonder if there is any Minds content. Nothing. There's nothing. Oh, also I wanted to talk about that when we come to talk about Minds. Um, what was I going to say? Record store day, nothing there, and but also in that it was the 30th anniversary of the release of Real Life, which kind of passed me by. Not because I don't like it, no. It's not my most favourite Minds album, I'll admit, but it's not like I don't hate it. I'm just indifferent. Which is a better way to be than just going like, I hate it, I never play it, I don't want to play it. It's not that. It's just like, I prefer other ones, that's all. But I like songs on it. I love Woman. There's a real fantastic atmosphere to Woman. I like Woman. I say I don't, hate it. But there is a track on it that I've never really liked very much. Which I won't talk about. We're not going to talk about the hates. We're going to talk about the loves. Oh, and that was a really lovely thing with Catherine's personalization to me. Very timely, in that she actually put. Sorry, cut itchy ear. And I was just checking for the earwax, you know. Oh my god, I'm so pathetic. She actually put on there, I don't know whether she realized the timing of the whole thing, but she actually signed it with Let There Be Love, which was really lovely. Which I do like too. You know. And I love See the Lights. I love See the Lights on the set list. On the live set list. I do like it. Though I really do wish he wouldn't do the I see right through your disguise line. I wish he would do the I'm too proud to cry line, as it should be. But, you know, he's the boss. He wrote it. He can do what he likes. So, yeah. But I haven't really done anything myself to celebrate the real life anniversary myself. I am still just getting so into these bootlegs, into the art and talk bootlegs. Just I love it. I love it so much. So much. Like, I love comparing and contrasting and just, yeah. Just, yeah. Don't know what else. No, 35 minutes. I suppose I can wrap this up because I don't really know what else I was going to... there was something else I was going to talk about and I can't remember what it was. I'll talk about the anniversary in real life, well, quickly, and then what else was I saying? About, talk about the book and... record store day. That was it. Record store day. Because I was going to say about the things that I might like to get on the list. I'm disappointed. Although I'm in two minds. Record store day, I worry just, there's so much emphasis on it, you know. And the things being like limited edition runs and stuff, which is great, but I worry that I know they're trying to do things to combat it, which is great. I mean, thank God they are starting to try and do things that combat that, but it's still I don't know. Feel like those who really want to like try and profiteer from it will find a way. I do get worried about the whole, lining up outside the thing and you try and get your thing and you don't know how much these things are going to be until the day, and you could be spending fuck knows, like just yeah. I don't know. I don't know whether it is something I really am into or feel is good. I mean, in some ways, the pandemic has been a good thing for it, in that you haven't had to line up and you could, and things, they kind of staggered it to be over several points, like over several dates, and things were released. I wish I would do that. I mean, like this time it seems to be June and July. So there are two drops, but the vast majority seem like they're going to be on the first drop and the June date. Think pardon me. I did go through it. There was a couple of things I sort of thought would take my, well, not sort of thought, that, took my fancy, which was, I'll have to look into the Buzzcocks thing because there's a compilation coming out on Cherry Red Records. I don't know. I mean, thinking now with my, me and MG being like this. I wish, you know, kind of thing. Um, I don't know whether any of the design of that will be stuff. I don't know whether he's designed any of the compilation stuff. I don't think he does any design work anymore. I will have to ask him. um, but that because I've never really I haven't as a, I still have had minimal exposure to buzzcocks because I really got into exploring magazine more than I ended up with buzzcocks. But the stuff that I hear with buzzcocks, I really like. So I still do need to do more of that exploration. It could be a good contender for getting something. I mean, it's a double LP. Um, on Cherry Red. I shall have to look into it a bit more. Because I'm just going by the. Maybe I should do that. I'm just going by the thing. I was looking at the PDF list rather than the. Let's see. Looks like a live thing. It came out in 2011, it says. Came out in 2011, but never on vinyl before. To be on pink vinyl. Oh, all the hits and classics re-recorded for the new millennium. So it's a whole re-record thing. Okay. About the only thing that has been retained of it that there's any way to do with Malcolm is the Buzzcocks logo. That's about it. Sounds like it could be interesting though. But if it was released in 2011, shall I have a look on? I might be able to sample it, see how it sounds. If it's on Spotify before I buy, which would be a good thing, I think. Let me see. Sorry, I'm doing this thing that I promised I will never do when I do this. And I've got my head buried in it. I just want to see if there is. Ah, it is. It is on Spotify, so I could at least give it a listen and see whether I'm interested before I commit. Right. Where were we? So I think I'd go back to looking at the. So possibly that's a contender for something for getting. Um, um, There's an elbow thing coming out. Newborn EP on a 10-inch, which could be interesting. Um, um, not too much else. Thought I saw more than this. It took my eye, but oh, the Jonathan Richman thing I was thinking about. There's a Jonathan Richman thing. Having a party with Jonathan Richman, which I was gonna look into. So I might do now. Could be interesting. 30th anniversary reissue of Jonathan Richman's third solo album, featuring intimate live and studio solo performances that showcase his storytelling and songwriting. First wide vinyl release and pressed on Bermuda Seafoam vinyl. What the hell is that? What the hell is Bermuda Seafoam vinyl? I'm guessing that's a shade of colour. I guess. Sounds interesting anyway. So yeah, there was that. That could be interesting too, but I'll consider that at a later time. What else? The Madness album sounds really great because I just love the title of it. It is I Do Like to Be B-side, the A-side. Volume 2. I really like that play on words. There's a Mark Bolan and T-Rex one, which I'm not really that familiar with, called Stalking. Probably is one of the really early ones or something, isn't it? I don't know. I'll have to look into that. The Metronomy, The Look, 10th anniversary 7-inch. Pretty much would like that. So I really bloody loved The Look when it came out. I was addicted to that song when it came out. Not a lot else, really. Mm. Not sure I'm bothered by the police stuff. Yeah. There's a Susie Quattro thing. I do like the look of the U2 things. The U2 Fire picture discs. But yeah, I don't know whether I would commit to that. To look through the various artist things. Yeah, so probably the thing I'm most intrigued by, or probably might look into out of those, is the Jonathan Richman thing and the Buzzcocks one. At least I can check out the Buzzcocks one beforehand. So we'll see. Anyway, they're coming up to an hour. I think I better skedaddle off. Because I do feel a little bit. So I think I might have a bit of a snoozette of afternoon kip. I know, look at me getting all like having my little afternoon siesta, but hey, I'm post jag, so I'm allowed to. I'm giving myself the allowance for doing that, and it's Friday, and you know, I can be a little bit lazy. Oh, what are you? Oh, you're a crow. I was getting excited then. I thought, oh, I'm seeing some kind of bird that isn't a gull out there, but it's a crow. I was thinking, oh, is it, speaking of buzzcocks? Was it a buzzard? I was thinking, but no. Because it was a picture that they shared on, I think it was like Glasgow Live, of the Great Western Road, and it was kind of like more lower down, so you could see a lot of the sky, and there was a buzzard. Amazingly, I can't believe it, because I don't see birds of prey really around. I see gulls, or more gulls and gulls, and do see corvids, I see jackdaws and crows and magpies, ubiquitous magpies. That is a great band name, the Ubiquitous Magpies. If I ever had a band, we'd be called the Ubiquitous Magpies. But I don't see, used to seeing red kites walk out the door back in Luton and look up, and then there would always be a red kite circling around. It's not really anything here. I don't see But the idea that there are buzzards flying about, I don't think I've ever seen a buzzard. I shall keep my eyes peeled. Maybe one day soon. The hiring of the car will mean that we can get somewhere. I was looking because there's record, but that's the thing. That's what I want to do. That I don't want to so much go through and look at and buy new albums and stuff. I want to go back to record fairs. Record fairs are going to start back up, and there's one that's going to be in Ayr in early May. That would be nice. Maybe, just maybe, I'm going to kill two birds with one stone and revisit Ayr after so long and get to a record fair at the same time. That would be fun. Anyway, I am going to go and let me have a lie down and be a lazy git. Rest my arm. Just touching it, honestly.